Teze tinakuuzani apa manje mwaona kamwe yambo chosapo chifukushi pali wakapokola. Iyo fimba upoke manje mwaimvera apa manje ija eze theory apa ni manje ni prakitiko. Ati fertilizer muzagavana meda IMF iyo pamene wapakamba chizungu kuti IMF nyemene iyo imwe amene mwezi wauka 04 ukuya ku polling booth kungotanama kuti ati yayi mulimi mzathu kuli imwe fimba upoke.
Madam Speaker, I'm grateful for the opportunity to ask our Honour the Vice President a question. Madam Vice President, it was reported yesterday in the Daily Nation newspaper that a contract has been awarded to a company called Agrofuel to undertake rehabilitation of the Tazama pipeline from Tanzania, a stretch of 1,700 kilometers all the way up to Ndola. Madam Vice President, considering the competences of many other Zambian-owned companies, what is your motivation as government to award one company the contract of rehabilitating a stretch of 1,700 kilometers with no experience of pipeline rehabilitation, given the urgent need to start utilizing that infrastructure to transport the finished product? Madam Vice President, that is my question. Thank you.
Her Honor the Vice President. Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I would like to thank the Honorable Member for Kamfinsa for that question. I'm sure everybody is looking to what happens to Tazama, the pipeline. And the question the Honorable Member asks is that there is a contract, in fact, reported by Daily Nation, that there is a contract to rehabilitate the 1,700 kilometers. This is probably from Dar es Salaam through to Ndola. There is no such contract. There is no contract to rehabilitate. The need to understand, and the minister is here, that the pipeline needs to be cleaned to unclog the system. So the only thing that is there is for them, I learned this, is to throw in the fuel for cleaning. It's not for maintenance or rehabilitation, so that, like you have said in the end, that the pipeline could become active. It is not rehabilitation. It is to clean it because it is blocked. Thank you. I did.
Now, this is Kaloloshi, and I'm sure you can see I'm in the bush, but it's not a bush. This is where we have plots just close to the airport, and the plots are moving like no man's business. So those of you in Kaloloshi who have been asking for land, the plots are almost finishing. Now, I know that we are living at a time when people are very cautious. And I can assure you that when people hear that I'm going to address the president and his cabinet, maybe, who knows, those who are good at arresting are waiting. Let's hear, so that maybe you'll be the next. we're not going to be afraid. And that's what I want to assure the country. We are not going to be silent. And we will do our work as opposition parties, as opposition party leaders. Because if we become silent, we're going to let down the people in this country. And we shouldn't do that. We need to speak. We need to show the government where they are making mistakes, and we need to correct them. The problem is one. Normally, and this is what people don't understand, all the regimes, when you have an opposition that takes things personal, government becomes very arrogant. They will not listen. It's always like that. There's a way you can correct something that is wrong. I think it's an approach that we have been lacking, and we need to learn how to correct things that are wrong. I do hope, and I believe that the president will be able to listen to this, and the cabinet, of course. I know that there are a number of them that follow what I do. Now, there are a few issues I want to address this evening. And number one, it's about the state of the economy in the country, where we are heading to and where we are coming from. Now, we need to understand that there is always a journey. And when you start a journey, or you are coming from somewhere, you always make comparisons. We are coming from the PF regime. And people definitely, because of their high expectations that we all had, they are thinking, where we are coming from, things were fine, but where we are now, things are not fine. That's the reality, Your Excellency, that's the reality. People may not understand what the Vice President said, that we increase to decrease. That language is too difficult. It's like a prophecy that is coming from John on the island of Patmos, talking about the 7 churches. It's too difficult. Somebody in the street will never understand how you increase to decrease. So there is acknowledgement that the cost of living has gone up. And this is where I think the president needs to sit down with his cabinet. Now, let's look at a few things. Think about the cost of fuel. It has affected every citizen in the country. And I think this is what the president must be looking at, and those advising the president. The cost of transportation has affected everybody in the country. That is on the negative side, because fuel has gone up, okay? That's something that is hitting all of us. The cost of mini meal is affecting all of us. Now, these are things that are affecting us so much. So now, if government is going to close its eyes and then begin to focus on how we have done the best, and then forget about how we have affected individuals, citizens negatively, then it becomes a challenge. And so, Your Excellency, yes, free education. It's not everybody benefiting from free education, because some parents, their children are at tertiary level. So for them, when you say free education, they are not benefiting. We are not disputing that it's something that is good, but it's not everybody benefiting. And apart from that, yes, we have employed teachers, but how many teachers have been employed? 30,000 or 33,000? It's not everybody benefiting from those teachers. We are going to employ the police, the army, all those. It's not everybody. So on the